Good morning, everybody. How is everybody? I love you so much. Hey, we're still in Genesis studying Abraham. Abraham did a lot of courageous things, didn't he? Besides leaving his own country and going to a place he didn't know, he rescued his nephew Lot when he was taken in a war, in a battle, and he went and got Lot and all of his family and all of his servants and all of his cattle back. And then when God comes and visits him with the angels and tells him that he is going to have a son, he's going to be the father of many nations, um, uh, the Lord tells Abraham that he's going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because they're so wicked. And Abraham prays to God and asks him if he would save Sodom, even if there were only 10 righteous people. And the Lord says that he would. So now we get to hear the rest of the story, and you're going to find out that Abraham is once again uh, uh, there's good results, that he was courageous to pray and to ask that the Lord would save 10. So this is what happens in Genesis 19. Um, that evening, the two angels came to the entrance of the city of Sodom, and Lot was sitting there. And when he saw them, he stood up to meet them. Then he welcomed them and bowed his face to the ground. "My lords," he said, "come to my home to wash your feet and be my guests for the night. You may then get up early in the morning and be on your way." And they said, "Oh no, we'll just spend the night here in the city square." But Lot insisted. In fact, he fixed a big feast for them. And the wicked men of the city wanted to hurt them. And they wanted Lot to let the men come out, and they were going to hurt them. And then uh, Lot was going to give his daughters to them because he didn't want anything to happen to the angels. But then in verse 10, skip down to verse 10, the two angels, as you know, are very, very powerful. Angels of God are very powerful because God is giving them strength to do his will. And it says, "But the two angels reached out, pulled Lot into the house, and bolted the door. Then they blinded all the men, young and old, who were at the door of the house, so they gave up trying to get inside." In verse 12, "Meanwhile, the angels questioned Lot, 'Do you have any other relatives here in the city?' They asked, 'Get them out of this place, your son-in-laws, your sons, daughters, or anyone else, for we are about to destroy this city completely.' So the angels warned Lot that they were going to destroy the city, and they were trying to rescue all those that Lot loved. The outcry against this place is so great it has reached the Lord, and he has sent us to destroy it." So Lot rushed out to tell his daughters' fiancés, "Quick, get out of the city. The Lord is about to destroy it." But the young men thought he was only joking. At dawn the next morning, the angels became insistent. "Hurry," they said to Lot. "Take your wife and your two daughters who are here. Get out right now, or you will be swept away in the destruction of the city." So there were not 10 righteous people, were there? There was just Lot and his wife and his two daughters. When Lot still hesitated, the angels seized his hands and the hands of his wife and two daughters and rushed them to safety outside the city, for the Lord was merciful. The Lord didn't want to destroy anyone who was righteous, did he? Look in verse 17. When they were safely out of the city, one of the angels ordered, now this is the instructions, "Run for your lives and don't look back or stop anywhere in the valley. Escape to the mountains or you will be swept away." "Oh no, my lord," Lot begged. "You've been gracious to me and saved my life and shown such great kindness, but I cannot go to the mountains. Disaster would catch up to me there, and I would soon die. See, there is a small village nearby. Please let me go there instead. Don't you see how small it is? Then my life will be saved." And the angel said, "All right, I will grant your request. I will not destroy the little village, but hurry, escape to it, for I can do nothing until you arrive there." This explains why that village was known as Zor, which means little place. Lot reached the village just as the sun was rising over the horizon. Then the Lord rained down fire and burning sulfur from the sky on Sodom and Gomorrah, and he utterly destroyed them along with the other cities and villages of the plain, wiping out all the people and every bit of vegetation. But Lot's wife looked back as she was following behind him. Remember, the angel said, "Don't look back, don't look back." And she turned into a pillar of salt. Abraham got up early that morning and hurried out to the place where he had stood in the Lord's presence. He looked out across the plain toward Sodom and Gomorrah and watched as columns of smoke rose from the cities like smoke from a furnace. But God had listened to Abraham's request and kept Lot safe, removing him from the disaster that engulfed the cities on the plain. So sometimes you have to be courageous to pray, don't you? And to ask God for things for other people as well. And God is very merciful. That is his desire and his will as well, because he is the God of love, isn't he? So Abraham once again was very brave. Okay, tomorrow we're going to study one more thing about Abraham, and then we're going to go on to someone else. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.